All right, everyone. Here we go. We are live. Perfect. Let me quickly make announcements in the chat on Discord. All right. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me though. No stream crashing this time as I'm on Windows. All right. What's up here? I'm always like a click away from streaming my project's code base. Like if Mickey Mouse lets me stream, my God, I would stream as a full-time employee, not a full-time streamer. uh, hey, hi Devashish. Thank you so much for joining. What's up? This time it will not crash because I'm on Windows. So yay, no more pain. And as they say, hey, hi, you don't know me. Welcome guys, welcome. So good to have you here after a long time. I'm sorry about all the crashes in between. No pain, no gain. The way it works in streaming is more mic gain is fine, but anything else that is causing pain and then gain is not good. So yeah, perfect. I don't know how to keep it. There was this thing called what was it, like Windows Power Tools and all, right? Windows Tools. What was it? Do you guys remember what was it? I Power Toys, right? Yeah, Power Toys. I need to set it up. I think because I need to have um okay, this thing is there and then I have Komorebi. I might have to, okay, for this I will, I mean, I know that I will have to. Why do they keep telling me that I have to pay? I've already paid, right? Oh, this is $100. Okay. Guys, 1 second, I will quickly pay. Okay, I need to open. Where was my chat? Okay, I'm slowly realizing, yes, go and change some registry things, peak Windows moment. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do that. You're on Windows 11, right? Yes, I'm on Windows 11. Yo, Mohit, what's up? Finally, he's here, guys. Welcome. Welcome, our greatest moderator of all time. I'm on Windows 11, yes. The thing is, I don't know. So today, okay, guys, I have a few things to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna kick off. I'm gonna kick off one question. Okay, and you have to answer whatever you feel right. Okay, it's really up to you. But I'm gonna still ask this question. Okay, if you were given an option that you can start your work at 11 a.m. in the morning. Okay, at the same point of time, that means that you have to work really 8 hours a day. Okay, you cannot just work for 5 hours and live. Okay, you have to be there in the office for 8 hours, or at least make sure that you work hard enough that it is counted as 8 hours. Okay, so first of all, when would you prefer going to gym? Okay, second, is it going to be like, in that sense, is it going to be in the morning, is it going to be in the evening? How are you going to schedule your day? Early morning. So Mohit says early morning. Like, so when is your early morning? Like, what do you think? Is it 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m.? Okay, so you will go to gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. And when will you be back? 7:30, 7 o'clock? Will you be doing gym for 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours? Pura, I want specific answers, guys. Come on. Around 8. Okay, so you will be doing gymming for 2 hours. Okay, that's very interesting. I don't know how people end up doing gymming for 2 hours here. Isn't it difficult? Okay, including everything. So including, you're saying freshen up, taking bath after coming back. So by 8 o'clock you are ready. Right? Like traveling and all. Okay. 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 So 8 o'clock tak you are back home, and after that you will take bath. You will get ready by 8:30 or 8:45. Am I right? right? Gym in the evening makes me procrastinate. Yes, exactly right. I think we are all on the same page, right? Because after, like, once you're kind of done with work, you really get tired and you don't have enough motivation to do gymming, honestly. So it just gets difficult. Yep. So for, let's say, like in that case, for all of us, we all agree that doing gym in the morning is what makes sense. Am I right, guys? Is that what you all are suggesting as well? Anyone else has any other views? Yep. Okay, perfect. Chalo, theek hai. I'm gonna follow this from tomorrow. But does that mean that you are going to sleep on time as well? Because if you plan to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, I mean, if you're going to gym at 6 a.m. in the morning, that means that you have to wake up by 5:30, which is really a tough, difficult task, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, sounds good. Am I okay? Okay, all right. Wait, I need one thing, guys. By the way, Mohit, is my voice fine? Devashish? Where's you don't know me? Where are you, bro? हो गए तुम कहाँ मैं तड़पता यहाँ. Okay, I need to quickly set a voice is fine. Good. I need to set up power toys, guys. I need this thing. Okay, guys. Today's agenda is very much interesting. So I'm gonna show you. One second, guys. Today we are going to do this interesting thing. We are gonna go through gap buffer data structure. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Has any one of you ever made an editor of your own? Like, so this is a data structure that we are going to explore. A gap buffer in computer science is a dynamic array that allows efficient insertion and deletion operations clustered near the same location. So this is like one thing that one of my colleagues pointed out while we were discussing text editors. So I thought let's explore this as well. Um, and a lot of editors use it. So we're going to go through that. Then we're going to we are going to go through zipper as well. And I believe it is used in cd command, cd dot dot. This is where I think they use as well. So we are just going to go through these things. Yeah. So very interesting things today, like just kind of exploring what data structures are, how they're used as well. The next thing that we are going to do is we have to choose one project. Okay. I know um, there are two things that we have to discuss. I mean, we have to choose basically. One is text editor from scratch, right? And this is going to include like syntax highlighting, presetter as well, and anything else that is needed, right? And the next thing is we can build OS from scratch, okay? And this will of course include maybe kernel libraries, maybe at some other time language as well, etc. Okay, so we have to choose which one should we go forward with. Rewrite NeoVim in Rust. That would be cool, to be honest. But I mean, we can start with a text editor from scratch and understand how it works instead of rewriting NeoVim, because I think part of it also needs would need me to rewrite Vim in Rust, right? Mohit says CS2. Why not, bro? I think today we can play after we are done streaming, like after we are done making some time. Which one would you choose, guys? Text editor from scratch or OS from scratch? Choose one. Oh, threads found. What thread did you found? Trojan. Oh, what? What the? I thought this was. Now that's a peak Windows moment. I don't know, yeah. I didn't even install anything. And this guy is gonna be the happiest right now. I know. I know him very well. What a joke. I know, I know, I know. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I don't want this. This is kind of cool what they've done, to be honest. I'll not lie, right? Like this thing is nice. This, okay. For now, I think we can move forward, right? Okay, so let me just write the agenda today. I think I have agenda written somewhere, guys. 1 second. Mm, and if anyone is here, oh, sorry for the echo. If anyone is new here, guys, please feel free to say hi in the chat. Don't hesitate. This is the plan, guys. Let me just share it with you all. Here you go. Oh, I cannot copy and paste. Okay, let me just open NeoVim and share it with all of you. Do I have Zoxide in Brew? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so let's say plan. What was the date today? 0204/2024.md. This is the plan for today, guys. Okay. So yeah, this is the plan. So let me repeat. I was very much interested in this PR, to be honest. Let me show you. So this thing, better New York performance, and I was just going through like presetter performance. Like where is it right now in NeoVim? Like how is NeoVim presetter performing like as compared to other presetters? And I just saw this PR June 6, 2022, which says that they kind of improved the performance for this PR, and then they ended up closing this PR in a favor of that Vim already. Like NeoVim had some improved performance by itself, and then they also had some other PRs that kind of improved it further. And this is saying that Viro has cool NeoVim videos. Is it? What is New York though? I never knew about this thing. What is New York? Is a NeoVim plugin designed to reimagine organization as you know it. Grab some coffee, start writing some notes, let your editor handle the rest. What is it about? It's some note taking related thing. Okay. I don't know. I don't take notes at all. But anyways, very cool. Org mode Emacs. Oh, right. Emacs. Yeah. Right. I think Emacs. I was looking at why should one use Emacs right over NeoVim, and they had this org mode in Emacs inbuilt. Um, yeah, got it. Perfect. Okay. All right. So guys, as I said, this is the schedule for today. We should start with honestly the data structure that we mentioned. Then we're gonna look at either this, as I said, I'm confused between editor in Rust and OS in Rust. And then we can also look at Rust interoperability with Python. PyO3 is something I want to look at, and I want to understand how it works. Okay. So, I mean, this is not just for a single stream, it will kind of carry on for next streams as well. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. All right, let's start. I'm going to start with gap buffer, to be honest. I think that's okay. Can I just Windows drag right click? The dragging with right click gesture, no. Yeah, alt drag, right? Yeah, I need this thing. I definitely need this thing. You know, it's kind of funny. There's so many things that are very old, right? And they just do what you want them to do, right? So it's not really a rocket science. Which language does it use? N S I S. I don't know what this is. C++. It's very cool. At some point of time in life, I would like to kind of explore this as well. All right, let's get it started. Enable registry. Alt Shift is what they're saying. Okay, no. Okay. So it basically like I'll show you, right? So I think what it does, yeah. So as you can see, right, what I'm doing is I'm pressing Alt Shift right now, okay, and I'm moving this around. So I can bring my mouse anywhere, just like any other tiling window manager in Linux, right? They have some other keys over there, so I can just kind of do this and resize as well. See how smooth this is? Isn't it nice? So this is kind of useful. I mean, definitely useful, not just kind of useful. Okay, guys, I think I'm starting to feel pain in my throat, yeah, but not hyperland smooth. Oh, come on, this is smooth. Come on, see what else do you want? It's smooth. Like I mean, rendering is different, right? Like that will always stay different. That's on the browser. That's honestly, I mean, not on the operating system. I believe, is it? I assume. Okay, no. Okay. For some reason, the chats are very slow here. Why? Let me open the chat here again. Windows Control T. There you go. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let me quickly change something as well. I don't want color. I had this thing, right? What was it? Theme cycler, right? It's Control Alt U, Control Alt L. It's not working for some reason. How can I change the default? Uh, Control Alt U is not working. Why? Okay, we'll fix that later. For now, it's fine. Maybe it has to do with Windows API or something. Is this plain NeoVim? Yeah. I need to. Oh, good point. Sorry. Git clone git at the rate github.com. KR Shimali NeoVim. Can I just do this? Yeah, cloning into NVim. Perfect. Yeah. Good point. I need to set it up. Honestly, I've already set up Lazy Vim, but it's not on this GitHub repository right now. So I need to get that in. Oh, I need brew install, I think npm node.js. What else do I need? I think this is fine. I will also need Golang because there are some default LSPs and all. So that keeps going on here and there. Ah, so I'm gonna go to gym from like in the morning from tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna skip eating a lot of roti and chawal, and I'm gonna have more dal, sabji. I don't know, it's not gonna be easy at all, but we will try our best. Yeah. And I think I'm also quitting. I don't know if this actually is true, but cold water. When did you start going to gym? Recently only. I'm so I used to run a lot. You will not believe, but I mean, you may believe. I don't know if you will believe or not. It's up to you if you want to, though. But I mean, yeah, you should believe if I'm saying it. Okay, fine. I stop. So I was saying that I ran 10 kilometers last Thursday. That day was crazy. Okay, I came back from Hyderabad to Bangalore. I had a flight late night. Came back at 2 a.m. in the morning. Went to office early in the morning. Not very early though. Came back from office at 5 p.m. I went for running and I just decided that I'm gonna run for 1 hour, and I ended up running 10 kilometers at a speed of 8.9 kilometers per hour as an average, 8.5 to 8.9, somewhere down, somewhere in between, and that was crazy. Yeah, I ran and I can actually show you. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can open. I don't remember the password of. How do I show you guys? Okay, let me find this, guys. 1 second, okay? Yeah, there you go. Uh, Let me show you the image here. There you go, right? So this is what I did. 8.6 kilometer per hour was my average speed. A max speed was 10.9 kilometer per hour. Average pace was 6 minutes 56 minutes per kilometer. 10 kilometers for 1 hour 9 minutes. 927 calories burnt. See, photoshopped, of course. Dude, I'll show you. I'll show you one thing as well. I know you're kidding, but you see, so at 9 kilometers, I was at this speed, okay, 7 minutes to minutes per kilometer, and I decided I want to be less than this, okay. I wanted to be in the digit of 6 minutes or something. So the last kilometer, which is supposed to be the most difficult kilometer, I ran faster, and I ended up getting into 6 minutes 56 minutes per kilometer from, and that was average pace. Imagine changing average pace after 9 kilometers from 7 minutes 2 minutes per 7 minutes 2 seconds per fuck it 7 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer to 6 minutes 56 seconds per kilometer. Imagine doing this. It was very difficult for me, but I did it. I was very proud of myself, but I kind of knew that, you know, have you ever I have the maximum I've run is I'll show you all the stats. So this is the maximum I ran. 16th November 2023 is when I ran 7 kilometers with a speed of 6 minutes 43 minutes 43 seconds per kilometer, right? Again, average speed was 8.9. So this was a max I ran, right? And I just decided that okay, I'm gonna cross my max. And once you decide that you're gonna do this, you end up doing it, right? I think it's all just motivation, not really motivation, but more about discipline and kind of manifestation you do. So you imagine yourself completing 10 kilometers and you feel like, yes, I'm going to be very happy once I do it. And once when you do it, you feel really happy, right? So the next time you do it, you imagine that how you felt the first time you did it, right? I know it sounds very wrong when I say it, but it is what it is. So what happened yesterday? Yesterday I was in a lot of pain because, as I said, right, I had an unfortunate um, event at home that, like, my grandmother passed away, right? So I came back from my home on Sunday, okay, and of course, like, I had given my hair according to the tradition in Hinduism. So, like, I was totally bald, so I was wearing this cap, okay, and I was sweating because it was very hot. Bangalore is getting hotter nowadays. So yesterday I decided, okay, let me just try and run again. Okay, my legs were paining because of too much flights and all. But yesterday I decided I'm gonna run 15 kilometers. I will not lie. I will not lie. My plan was to run 15 kilometers, but I could not. Okay, so then this happened that I ended up running 11 kilometers because, so after 10 kilometers I was out of water. Like, I really, really, really wanted some hydration in that point of time, but I could not get any. So unfortunately I had to stop. So I stopped. I kind of took a breath. But then once you stop and when you try running again, right, it just doesn't happen. So as you can see, this was 11 kilometers yesterday, 1 hour 23 minutes 31 seconds. My pace was very slow, like I was very slow, but that's okay. I mean, it's still better than jogging, but it's not running, to be honest. I was mostly jogging all this time. I still, honestly speaking, I still feel like I'm putting a lot of efforts, but the pace is very slow. So I realized that because of the body weight I have, it's very difficult to run faster because you have to carry yourself, right? Like, for example, I'm in my 70s right now. I'm around 77 kilograms. So just running with 77 kilograms of your body and asking your knees to kind of take that weight, it's not easy at all, right? And to do that for 1 hour or 23 minutes is not easy at all. I'm not old. Come on, man. I'm old, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I will not deny. Cool. Should we get started? Let me just make sure that our NeoVim is fine. What? You don't have? What the? How do they not? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not old. I'm ancient now. I'm no more old. You can call me ancient. Officially call me an ancient guy. By the way, I do feel like I want to change. I want to change one thing. भंवरे की गुंजन है मेरा दिल कब से संभाले रखा है दिल ये क्या है you can hold any key by editing in okay oh Windows works fine now right yeah noise yes I wanted Windows to be honest okay this is fine guys कब से संभाले by the way let's add this on our to do somewhere let's note it down right I don't know if Mohit are you here Mohit is not here I know he might be busy but guys let's do this thing. Why is this not opening? Am I in Chrome? Okay, let me go back to Edge. Let me open Discord. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on storing some things that we want to talk about. Mm. Booting to Linux. This guy was playing games, I guess. Can we just have another channel text called streaming ideas? Right? Maybe kind of a forum. Right? Okay. All right. Create post guidelines. Okay. Can I just skip all that and create a new post? Exploring softwares, Windows specific, right? Not really Windows specific, but let's say OS specific, right? Anything that you feel like that is specific to operating systems. Please share ideas. Please share list of softwares or programs, tools, anything of that sort that you feel we should go through during streams. Anything that is specific to distributions or operating systems can be shared in this thread, right? So let's just get started. Over here, what I want is I want to start with alt drag, right? I'm back. Yes, Mohit, what's up? Yeah, I was just creating this forum over here, and what I wanted is that we kind of keep a record of things that we want to talk about, right, on streams. Yeah. So I just posted this here, guys. You can kind of keep on sharing whatever you would like, and we can go through it. Okay. Set a default reaction. Select emoji. Yeah. Create tags. Open source. Save. Okay. Let's also put what other tags do you want, guys? Projects. Projects exploration. Explore. No, it's same, right? Project rewrite maybe. If anyone wants to kind of rewrite. For now, I'm just going to keep it this way, right? And you guys can again let me know if you have any. What the fuck? Why? Just because it's used on Windows? You guys are crazy. Uh, Vanam, Mohit, Van Khare is noob. Tudu. I can't call him noob publicly. That's not the right I have. Okay. Perfect, guys. Let's react to post. Okay. Ta-da. Stop reacting with thumbs down. Come on, that's not fair. Cool. This is there. That is good to see. We have set it up already. I want to in the thing is it's mostly C or C++ used. Just kind of keeping a record of what language is used there so that we can go through it. Okay. I don't want to forget about it. Now, guys, it's a time for us to go through gap buffer. I know you would like, can you have a dark mode and all? And you'll be like, Windows does not have that option. No, Windows may have that option. I don't know, but I hope Chrome has that extension, dark mode extension. Okay, dark mode, anything that works fine. This was a very old extension, right? I don't know why they Dark reader. Yes, sir. I mean, oh, dark reader extension. I thought you're calling me dark reader. Okay. Was the different? Was I mean, sorry. Was the difference? Oh, it has. Oh, wow. It ended up having 4.7 stars. That's crazy. Nice. Cool. Then let me actually get rid of dark mode because it will have any conflicts. Oh, they wanted feedback from me. Sorry, maybe another day. Okay, all right, guys. Okay, back to work. Okay, what are we going to go through is gap buffer. It's a data structure that, as I mentioned, that I wanted to talk about. So let's just go through it. It's a shame I don't have my specs around, but okay. So a gap buffer in computer science is a dynamic array. Like first of all, do you guys know what is a dynamic array? I feel like it's just like a vector, right? Where you can increase the size of that and all. Hi, Varanium Bharadwaj. What's up? Do I know you, brother? Who are you, my friend? Oh, what happened? My old man. Array? I'm trying to get it. Ah, array. My old man needs his reading glasses. It's not just that. Old man needs a lot of things. I know that sounded so wrong, but it's okay. You're from Delhi. Did I just judge you from your place? Yeah, exactly right. It just sounds like something that it's a growable array, right? Resizable array. Limb of air. Yo, Mohit, what's up? So, okay, that makes sense, right? You said you were going to Singapore or something, right? Yeah, I was supposed to go, but then so it was 17th of April or something. But then because of the family emergency, I decided not to because it will just not be fair to travel for fun and all at this point of time. Yeah, but maybe in June or something we will plan. It really depends. You guys just remember more things than my girlfriend will ever do if I had a girlfriend. So yeah. Like this guy remembers I was going to Singapore or something, right? This guy remembers everything. Like Mohit ki to baat hi chhod do. He remembers me being called old man, and this guy also. You said yourself you're old. See? Ah, very nice. Old girlfriend. Why are you laughing? Is it like you think that I can never have a girlfriend? Am I that bad? Dude, you judging me by that, huh? All right. So what are we going to talk about? Okay. So a gap buffer in computer science is a dynamic array that allows efficient insertion and deletion operations clustered near the same location. Okay. I will always call you old man. I'm the one who gives you reality check. And yes, you can't. You're streaming restaurant. Nurse won't ever get girlfriends. Ouch. Ouch. Uh, I'll be honest. This hurts, guys. This is hurting me a lot right now. Don't do don't do this to me. Okay. All right. Thank you for being so honest. The 5 years bullying you together. Who are the 5 viewers, guys? I know Varanium is here. Home Dev is here. Mohit is here. We are doing here reality checks. Okay. Interesting. Stop believing in the Matrix. Captain. Oh, actually, you know what? I have not watched Matrix. I really want to watch that movie. I know you might be judging me right now, but I have not watched it. Yeah, Mohit, are you here? Mohit, I have a question. Hey, Mohit. Sorry, I I should stop calling you like this. No. Yeah. Oh, you're disappointed that I have not watched Matrix. I kind of knew that it was the hacker movie at that point of time, right? I went. I will watch. I will watch. I'll watch for sure. Pakka. Okay, don't worry. That's on my top of my list. He has not watched Matrix. मोहित भूख लग रही है यार रात को what should I do? Man called him like a friend. He's 20 meters away. Yeah. This guy is always there. इसने कौन सी देखी है मोहित तूने देखी है मैट्रिक्स हैव यू वॉच्ड मैट्रिक्स दैट यू आस्किंग मी This guy has watched Tarak Mehta and nothing else. Okay, don't even get me started. I have also watched Tarak Mehta and nothing else. चल से कुछ नहीं देखी है, ठीक है, कुछ भी फालतू में. I think Matrix was released in 2003, is it? When was it released? 1999. See, very close. Okay, I should just stop. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I just kind of vaguely remember that. Jota, Jaja, bro, man of culture. How are you not a moderator though? Cool. All my viewers are moderators now. Yay! Congratulations and celebrations. Yeah, some streamer room. Okay, I think I should just get started. Okay, all right. I just realized I was watching the past stream wasn't on live. Oh shit. Okay, that's not good. Hey, hi Nabin. Hi, what's up? Welcome, 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 welcome to the stream. How are you doing? And just a reminder to everyone, guys. If you're here, if you're new, if you're old like me, if you're new like Varenium slash home slash dev, Mohit and all, you can say hi always. Okay, just like Nabin did. So yeah, feel free to say hi. Ta 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 ta. Okay. Now I should just stop and I should continue talking about gap buffer. All right, so it's a dynamic array that allows efficient insertion and deletion, right? If you guys think about it, right, what are the main operations that you need in an array? An array is supposed to be a very basic data structure that you would want to apply some very basic operations, right? Insertion and deletion are like, of course, the most frequent operations that you will apply on an array. But also, I think that sorting is one of the things that you do a lot in for an array, depending on the use case. But yes, I do think that sorting is also prominent. What else do you think? What is like which other operation that you think might be very useful for an array? Irrespective of use case, I don't care about the use case right now, but in general, what do you think? Like sorting comes in my mind, insertion comes in my mind, deletion comes in my mind. What else? What else, guys? Come on, think about it. All right, so deletion operations clustered near the same location. Gap buffers are especially common in text editors where most changes to a text occur at or near the current location of the cursor. This is outstanding, the way they are explaining it here, right? Because it's true, right? If I'm in a text editor, mostly I'm just going J and K, like I'm applying, especially in like NeoVim kind of text editors where cursor movements are like using keyboard and all. You would generally be making changes. Like if I'm typing something, it's of course going to be in the next letter itself, right? Homie, I use Python list as everything you can think about, just as an inbuilt function to list. Wikipedia, Geeks for Geeks. Oh, of course, of course. Geeks for Geeks sucks, and I'll tell you why. Because there's so many interns Geeks for Geeks hire, right? And then they write same articles, like different articles on same topics. It's like SIMD, right? Single instruction, multiple data, right? You have single topic and multiple articles, and you never know which one is going to talk about what. There's no source of truth. There's no accountability that whatever they're talking about, they will share code in Python, C++, Java, right? Sprinkle in the SEO, right? Exactly. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. And the thing about Wikipedia is, these external links. For example, if you look at this, right, they have shared implementation in C as well, right? So this is like really, really good way to look at it. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, let's go back, right? So the text is stored in a large buffer in two contiguous segments with a gap between them for inserting new text. Okay. So now I think they're starting to talk more about text editors. The text is stored in a large buffer in two contiguous, I hope it's the right way to pronounce it, segments. So contiguous, if you guys don't know, right, in memory, that means that stride is one, right? You don't have any jump. Contiguous is like, okay, you can just access. Contiguous, 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 conti, contiguous, contiguous,
Contiguous.
contiguous,
Contiguous.
contiguous. It's contiguous,
Contiguous.
contiguous,
Contiguous.
contiguous. Okay, I should search in Google because it will give you pronunciation for Indian English as well. I hope so. Contiguous. It's contiguous. Okay. damn भाई अंग्रेज में तो मैं तो उनको कह रहा था अच्छा contiguous. Okay. Amogus. Amogus. Okay. Fine, you guys want to play this game? I am happy. Among Us play what the? Why? Why? I thought it was okay. Okay, I think you guys should stop distracting me now. Okay, just stop it. Contiguous. I didn't know this. I'm so old. Okay, I'm very old. I'm officially old, guys. I don't know about memes and all. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, let's get back. Epic Games has Among Us for free, by the way. Okay, Among Us is a meme based on Among Us Search and Urban Dictionary. Lol. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I thought we were talking about gap buffer. Can we go back to the topic, please? Thank you so much. Contiguous. Download, install, get distracted. Okay, contiguous. Okay, all right. This is how you pronounce. Okay, contiguous. I'm an official streamer now. So the text is stored in large buffer into contiguous segments with a gap between them for inserting new text. Okay, because so I mean, what do they mean by gap between contiguous segments, right? I don't know if that makes sense. So moving the cursor involves copying text from one side of the gap to the other. Okay. Sometimes copying is delayed until the next operation that changes the text. Insertion adds new text at the end of first segment. Deletion deletes it. Okay. All right. So looks like there are few other operations they're talking about. Insertion is one, deletion is one, and then there's copying text from one side of the gap to the other. So when you move the cursor, this involves copying text from one side of the gap to the other. Okay. Interesting. All right. I didn't know that moving the cursor is such an expensive operation. Sometimes copying is delayed until the next step, next operation that changes the text. Okay. So text in a gap buffer is represented as two strings, which take very little extra space. Okay. What does that mean? Text in a gap buffer is represented as two strings. Okay. Which is, anyways, they're talking about contiguous segments. So it's like both of them are strings maybe, which take very little extra space and which can be searched and displayed very quickly compared to more sophisticated data structures such as linked lists. Okay. Yeah, I mean, linked list is definitely more sophisticated because it kind of like you have a node which kind of has a pointer to the next node and all of that. There's a circular linked list as well. So I think by sophisticated, they just mean more flexibility, right? Arrays don't have that flexibility. You all JavaScript electrons so I don't know how much shit has to be optimized. Inserting old programmer grumpy voice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know, to be honest. So basically, they are using two strings which take very little extra space and which can be searched and displayed very quickly. Yeah, search is an operation I kind of missed out as well, right? Sorting, insertion, deletion, and search is an operation that you would want to optimize as well in a text editor for sure, right? However, operations at different locations in the text and ones that fill the gap. However, operations at different locations in the text and ones that fill the gap requiring a new gap to be created may require copying most of the text. Okay, so what they're saying is that if you're on a different location in the text, maybe you're at the first line, maybe at the 10th line, right? Those operations and any operation that kind of fills the gap between the two strings, right? So as they mentioned that they have two contiguous segments and with a gap between them for inserting new text. Now imagine you have inserted a text and that gap is filled, which means that a new gap has to be created. This may require copying most of the text, which is especially inefficient for large files, which I agree, right? You cannot just keep on copying text from one segment to another. So the use of gap buffers is based on the assumption that such recopying occurs rarely enough that its cost can be amortized over the more common cheap operations. So basically they are assuming, we can say that they're safely assuming that this is not an operation that's going to happen a lot. This makes the gap buffer a simpler alternative to rope for use in text editors such as Emacs. Okay. Okay, they wrote a paper on this. This is something I like, right? Everything is, you can just trust that whatever they're saying, why is it not opening? Yeah. Okay, gap buffers or don't get tied up with ropes. Okay, so rope is a data structure as well that I don't know about. This is something that we can go through. I can just kind of start sharing links on my Discord channel, guys, so that you guys can stay updated. Okay, not here. I need to install Discord. FII links for today's stream. Okay, this is the one. I'm just gonna keep it in chat zone because I think it's very active. But let's start. Mohit, if you're here, can you help me create? I don't know. Can you just create a? Yeah, let's get this here. Streaming ideas, right? Let's also have. I don't know. Can we have I don't know. I can just create maybe streaming ideas like another forum. I think we should create a new channel. You mean on Discord, right? You don't mean that on YouTube. You guys should skip me, right? And put it there. Okay, yeah. So channel name over here, maybe streaming links, right? And we can just I don't know. I was hoping that we could create a forum because we could keep the discussions there as well, right? Let me know if you agree as well, right? Streaming links is here, and then yeah, I can just skip all of that, and I can create a new post. I can just say 02042024, right? And I can just yeah, that makes sense, right? So that will help all of us keep the discussions at one point. Okay, yeah, all right, there you go. Perfect. I will definitely get off. Yeah, that's good. Da, 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 da. Okay. Why am I reacting to my own post? Okay. That is good. Okay. All right. So far, so good, right? So that's what they're saying. And I mean, I don't want to get distracted with rope, but let's quickly just go through the definition. In computer programming, a rope or cord is a data structure composed of smaller strings that is used to efficiently store and manipulate a very long string. For example, a text editing program may use a rope to represent the text being edited so that operations such as insertion, deletion, random access are maybe faster. So it just looks like for storing a long string, they kind of efficiently store in a way of smaller strings or something. Looks like a graph, undirected graph to me, not really a tree. Maybe a tree as well, you never know. But anyways, a tree is a graph as well, right? So it's all good. So below are some examples of operations with buffer gaps. The gap is represented by the empty space between the square brackets. Yes, so over here they have mentioned, right? This representation is a bit misleading. In a typical implementation, the endpoints of the gap are tracked using pointers or array indices, and the contents of the gap are ignored. This allows, for example, deletions to be done by adjusting a pointer without changing the text in the buffer. I mean, yes, implementation wise, they would use a pointer and kind of point it to something else, and instead of changing this gap, because over here it just looks like they've occupied the memory. And if you have to change something, you have to really write to it or something. I don't know. So this is the way dash. So this is a gap they have put, and out is there. User inserts some new text. This is the way the world started, and then there's more gap over here. User moves the cursor before started. System move started from the first buffer to the second buffer. Okay. So as they mentioned, right, when you're moving the cursor, whatever the text that is in the left segment moves to the right segment, right? So the user moved the cursor to started before started. Now the system moves started from the first buffer to the second buffer. Which makes sense because you're kind of trying to add something to it, or if you're deleting something, right? Then user adds text filling the gap, system creates a new gap, right? So this is the way the world as we know it, he has written something, and then the user has created. Now since the gap is filled, as they already mentioned, that requiring a new gap to be created, that's what it is done. A new gap is created, right? Started out. So that's how they are being, I'm basically doing it. Okay, sounds good so far. um Now what I want to do is I want to look at implementation. I don't know. How are they implementing in gap buffer.c? But did we understand all the points that are needed? So Emacs is using buffer gap, is it? What is this? GNU. Okay. Oh, it's on GNU. Oh, Emacs is from GNU, is it? I didn't know. Or does it come under? Some people call it GNU, by the way. I don't know. GNU and GNU as well. I've heard on some conferences, but it might be a European thing. So the buffer gap, Emacs buffers are implemented using an invisible gap. Church of Emacs, bro, is it? Stallman wrote it. Richard Stallman, whatever. Stallman. I didn't know. Emacs buffers are implemented. First of all, what are Emacs buffers? I don't get it. Like even here they had mentioned below examples of operation with buffer gaps. What does it mean? The text you're editing in Emacs resides in an object called a buffer. Okay. Each time you visit a file, a buffer is used to hold the file's text. Okay, sounds good. Okay, all right. Just making sure that it's not any other complex. Yeah, sounds like this, right? Maybe something like NeoVim buffers. Yep, yep. So I'm sorry. Where you're texting even in UVM, those exist now. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, the thing is, I was just confused with what does it mean with buffer gaps, right? So it just looks like you are editing a text right now. You are not done yet, so they kind of store that in a temporary memory or something, and you call it a buffer, right? So that's what it means. So Emacs buffers are implemented using an invisible gap to make insertion and deletion faster. Since insertion works by filling in part of the gap and deletion adds to the gap, right? Which makes sense, right? Because insertion, you're kind of filling in the gap. If the gap is filled, you will create a new gap. And deletion is basically just making more space in the gap. Of course, this means that the gap must first be moved to the locus of the insertion and deletion. Exactly right. Emacs moves the gap only when you try to insert or delete. This is why a first editing command in one part of a large buffer after previously editing in another far away up part sometimes involves a noticeable delay. It's very interesting. This is why your first editing command in one part of a large buffer after previously editing in another far away part sometimes involves a noticeable delay because Emacs moves the gap only when you try to insert or delete. Very interesting, right? That's how it works. So imagine having 2000 lines of code. You are at the bottom, you are inserting or something, you are done, but then you move a cursor, but you are not editing or inserting right now, right? Then there's no delay because you just moved a cursor. What Emacs does is if you have started editing something, then this could be a small noticeable delay. This mechanism works invisibly and Lisp code should never be affected by gap's current location. What do you mean by Lisp code should never be affected by gap's current location? But these functions are available for getting information on the gap status. Okay, this mechanism works invisibly. I think they have given some gap size and gap position for us to know where the gap is right now, right? This function returns the current gap position in the current buffer, and this function returns the current gap size of the current buffer. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. How about this? That we go to the Emacs source code and we try to figure this out. Do you think that would be interesting? So we will go to Emacs source code. We'll try to figure out where is this actually happening. Are you guys excited? Do you think that, yeah? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Very interesting, guys. I mean, I love these kind of things, right? Just trying to understand. Although I don't use Emacs, so we could not maybe kind of tinker with the source code and try to, I don't know, do more stuff with it. But let's see. भंवरे की गुंजन है मेरा दिल कब से संभाले रखा है दिल तेरे लिए तेरे लिए what तेरे लिए ha 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 ha. See, this is this is so cute. Okay, I should stop playing with it. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be huge. Should I have just done git clone? What do you do, guys? What is that command? Can I do sparse if I just want the master branch? What do you call it? It's head one or what is that? I think I remember. No, I mean I don't remember, of course, but I remember seeing that in Earth Fonts repo that they had mentioned that you can do sparse filter. Sparse is there, right? And then you can do sparse checkout. Oh, depth equal to 1. Yeah, yeah. Git clone depth. What was it? Depth 1. And then I can do. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, this is done. Yeah, much faster, guys. See? Yay! Worth saving the time. Can someone please confirm that are you able? Oh, okay, it was different. Why is it slow though? Okay, in these cases, what you should do? Do you guys know the solution? I'll tell you. Go here, download this as zip. That's gonna be definitely faster. I hope so. Ah, it's paining. My throat pain is there now, guys. I'm dead. Okay, let's see which one gets us first. This is 19.3 MB. This is 24.6 MB. What do you think? Which one is gonna win? This is 21.9 MB. This is this. Okay, let me just keep it here. Come on, guys. What do you think? 23.6 MB, 23.9, 24.2. Yeah, I mean, I would assume so as well, but sometimes the Git protocol is slow or the mirror is slow. You never know. So I thought zip might be faster. Yeah, I mean, it should. Yeah, definitely. But like, I think zip doesn't. I don't know if zip comes with a like depth one should definitely be faster than. I mean, it should be equivalent as well. As you can already see, it's not huge difference. But I don't know if zip gets all the commits and all the branches and all. That's one thing I'm very curious about. Again, that's a good thing to kind of explore. Okay, okay. I think it won, but in the favor of zip. I think it started earlier. Okay. All right, guys. Are you ready? Okay. Are you guys ready? Uh. Yeah. All right. So how are we gonna go about it, right? First of all, I know it's probably written in C. If not, what I can do is I can just search for gap size, right? And you can see that they have some defined function gap size. See also gap size defined function buffers or text I. That is doc, so I'm not concerned about it. But looks like SRC is the folder that we're gonna look for. And I'm happy that it's written in C, so it's not. And if you see that news, let's just look at the news, for example, right? I'm very curious about why was it fail? What was the failure about, by the way? No C compiler found. What the? Why would you say that? Oh, oh, I did not know that I didn't have so many things. Mm-hmm. La 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 la. Guys, if anyone is new, by the way, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. But no force at all, like you guys know me. It's okay. Sometimes people decide not to subscribe as well. I'm sorry, I sometimes like singing. I mean, not sometimes. I do sing a lot, but I don't sing well. So that's the bad thing. Yeah. All right. Can I just have syntax off, please? Okay. I think just a lot of things are getting installed now. So let us let it work. I think I need to quickly shift to lazy as well. So as you can see, they're having a macro defined function or something. We have gap position, s gap position, whatever. Windows sound from a PC. And I panicked like, what did Linux make that sound? Okay, no. I'm sorry. I think whenever I kind of make any window always on top, it happens. So yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jaane do. Okay, all right. So what do we have? We have gap position and we have gap size, right? And we have f gap size. What is it? What? You guys saw XZ? What is XZ? Is it a movie? XZ backdoor. Oh, I think there was a Linux attack or something. I remember I saw a video in my recommendations. I haven't watched it because I kind of switched from Linux to Windows. I'm like, yay! Who cares, man? What? I don't have a RIP grep. Such a shameful thing. Brio install RIP grep. Bro, a backdoor literally got shipped. Oh, is it in the latest kernel? Is it? Was it in beta? CV run CVE. Okay, I did not know. But always good to see good, things. things breaking here and there. A package called exe, is it? All this time when people blame Linus, there's a reason why he does that, right? Because if any company comes and ships anything, which a lot of people have attempted, right? For example, Hawaii has does it, right? Has done it, not does it. See the story behind it. The dev was crafting it for years. Oh wow. Was he a developer from a Chinese company? I don't mean that Chinese do it. Like, I know Indians also have that image, but I'm just curious. Okay, while our very friend responds, let's just look at escape position. Okay, okay. His name is Chinese, but we don't know who he is. So what is it about? So edit functions dot c fcap position fcap size new functions. Okay, so from this maybe some changelog and all we can. His name is Chinese, by the way. Good information, guys. I think we should. I will give it a watch and share my views on Discord. By the way, thank you for letting me know. Is it solved though? Is it resolved? Is the problem resolved? So edit function dot c, we have fcap position, fcap size, new functions. Let's look at this, right? I'm pretty sure they're using it somewhere, but I don't see. Okay, so that's it, right? This is where they are defining it. X set fast int temp gap size. So they create a Lisp object which is called temp. They're using a constant gap size. This is where C comes in, right? And they're returning temp. Rust will never allow you to do that. What is it? X set fast int though. Make fixed nat num x set fast int a comma b, where a equal to makes fixed nat num. I think nat is not what is nat, by the way? Nat num, not I don't know. We need to check. Make fixed nat num. What is it? No man, everyone is looking at it. This dude had even commented to Linux kernel before. Security analysis and analysis. Every single of his comments. Oh wow. Damn. Sounds like a mayday, mayday, guys. Passengers evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. Passengers uninstall, uninstall, uninstall. Oh god, I should not laugh on this. I'm so sorry. It just sounded so funny, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bug in the Linux kernel. Whenever you hear passengers evacuate, 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 please uninstall and go back to Windows. Ta 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 ta. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding, yeah, but I understand. So like make fix num, but maybe faster. N must be in non-negative range. So we have make fix nat num Emacs int. We are doing e assert. So we're just making sure that it's in the range, leaving a backdoor to use a backdoor. Debian said OpenSUSE got affected badly. Arc also got the infected version, but since they didn't mess up with upstream tarball, apparently it wasn't dangerous or not. Oh, is it? Debian got Debian did not, right? I mean, Debian would not even update the Linux kernel, right? I mean, they are just living on LTS, right? I hope so. So what are they doing here, by the way? So they are doing int 0 is equal to lisp int 0, whatever this is. Use lsb tag. If this is true, make fix num n xil n plus int 0. Okay, guys, I'm very curious. What does it do, right? Debian unstable. Okay, okay. I didn't know SID means unstable. Okay, interesting. Okay, good information to have. Wow. I think Popo does the kernel upgrade after some time, right? It kind of monitors and all. Very interesting. Sad that this happened. Okay, guys, awesome. All right, let's go back to where we were, right? So this is what it's doing. So gap size is what we're looking for, right? Although I'm surprised that it's not used a lot. But this wasn't shipped with kernel. That's the thing. It's a standalone package. So I don't get it. Wait a minute. So XZ is a standalone package. Was it there before as well? And this guy just committed something to XZ again, which kind of had this security glitch, or is this a new package altogether? All right. So while you answer, let's take a look at gap size. To be honest, I'm very curious. Okay, there you go. Right, this makes sense. Now, what I want to see is, yes, it was there before, and he committed malicious code. Oh wow, crazy. Do I have? Let me see on my Ubuntu XZ. Oh wow, see, tukani.org. Is this the one that you're talking about, or this is different? Oh, project is removed by GitHub team. Okay, interesting. Okay, meanwhile, okay, all right. So by the way, guys, look at this, right? So now where were we, right? So if you see gap size is size of gap, current buffer, text and gap size, right? So they have a current buffer, define current buffer, current thread, m current buffer. Every call, this points to the current buffer. That's it, right? That's all it's doing basically. So what I want to understand is how is this happening that you're moving your cursor from one position to another position, and then so let's say I'm at 1747 line number. I'm editing something. I'm done editing. Okay, I'm gonna go back to first line. Okay, and then I start editing again. Right. So what they're basically saying is that Emacs in this will there will be a noticeable delay. Okay, so let's just explore that. You don't know me says no. Tukani went offline for a while and another dude took over. He started by committing PRs and gaining trust. When the moment came, my man pulled the ultimate move. Oh wow, it sounds like a you know. I mean, I would even call it a terrorist attack, to be honest. Like, any kind of cyber attack is a terrorist attack right now, right? Because security is everything, right? Privacy and all these are not, you're not joking around, right? So yeah, crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why these people do that. Like, I don't understand. I mean, but yeah, it makes sense. That's why they are bad people. Okay. All right. So guys, what we want to understand right now. Okay, let's go back to what we were trying to do. We want to understand what happens when you change the cursor from one position to another position. Okay. Now, from what I see, we do have a lot of insertion deletion.c, right? Gap size is what they're changing a lot, which is kind of weird. They're just changing the macro directly. So make gap insert bytes and all, right? So what I want to do is I want to see if I can see move cursor or something. Hmm. How would you search for it, right? That's my point. Okay, let's go back to the Emacs documentation where they were saying, so Emacs moves to the gap only when you try to insert or delete. This is why a first editing command in part of a large buffer after previously editing in another faraway part sometimes involves a noticeable delay. Okay. Emacs moves the gap. Okay. So I think what we should be looking forward to is not gap size. We should be looking for gap position, right? Because if you're kind of moving the buffer, I think gap position makes more sense, right? So let's just go back here and let's look at gap position. What they're doing is GPT. Okay, interesting name. Let's search for GPT. LR. So define GPT is this position of gap in buffer, right? If gap size is less than outgoing, okay, they have this thing, right? Buffer ceiling of when applied to n return the max p such that, okay, I don't think this is relevant. Buffer floor of, okay, this is just okay. Cal position order, not relevant. This is just a gap size, gap position and all. This is true. Okay. Then you have, okay, this is what? So, okay, transpose region start 1 to end R1 with start R2 to end R2. This region should not be overlapping because the size of the buffer is never changed in transposition. This looks like something relevant. Transpose region. Okay, wait. Let me go back to where were we? We saw something, right? Relevant. I think I can get rid of this. Yeah. So this was what? transpose regions. Other region must be marked before transposing two regions. Uh, okay, what is it? Transpose region start R1 to end R1 with start R2 to end R2. The region should not be overlapping because the size of the buffer is never changed in a transposition. Optional fifth arg leave markers if non-new means don't update any markers that happen to be located in the regions. Transposing beyond buffer boundaries is an error. The person who found this bug though was doing some profiling stuff. He started noticing an apparent delay in SSH time. Only in Debian's unstable. Wow. Crazy, yeah, crazy. I'm gonna watch the video on that. I think I remember there was a good video by I saw that Linux. There's a famous YouTuber, right? What's his name? He creates some short videos of 1 minute or something. Interactively, starter 1 and ender 1 are point and mark. Starter 2 and ender 2 are the last two marks pushed to the mark ring. I'm just wondering if this is what we're looking for. Hmm. Right. So you have start R1, end 1, start 2, end 2, gap equal to GPT, whatever the gap is right now. Swap the regions if they're reversed. Transpose regions. The possibilities are adjacent contiguous regions or separate but equal regions or no really equal in this case, or separate regions of unequal size. The worst case is usually number 2. It means that aside from potential need for getting the gap out of the way, there also needs to be shifting of the text between the two regions. So if they are spread far apart, we are that much slower. See, guys, see, we are slowly getting to the point where we actually wanted to understand, right? So you see what they're saying. Let's read it out loud again. Let me zoom in for you all. So they're saying the possibilities are adjacent, that is contiguous regions, or separate but equal regions. What that means is the regions that we discussed, right? There are two regions basically in this buffer gap, right? So they're separate. So this is one is adjacent regions, and then there's one with some stride or something, but the regions are equal. That is left and right are actually equal in size, or separate regions of unequal size. What does this mean though? The worst case is usually number 2. It means that there also needs to be a shifting of the text between the two regions. Do you remember that we discussed that when you go back to some other cursor and when you hear, for example, that this much needs to be shifted to the right region. Earlier this was on the left region, now it needs to be shifted to the right region, right? Maybe that's what they mean. So if they're spread far apart, we are that much slower because you need to shift between two regions and they are very far. There's a Okay, I don't know what this means to be honest. Let's just go through it, right? It must be pointed out that the really studly thing to do would not be move the gap at all, but to leave it in place and work around if necessary. This would be extremely efficient, especially considering that people are likely to do transpositions near where they are working interactively, which is exactly where the gap would be found. However, such code would be harder to write and to read. So if you're reading this comment and are feeling squirrely, by all means have a go. I just didn't feel like doing it. So I'll simply move the gap and the minimum distance to get it out of the way and then deal with the unbroken array. See guys, if you want to contribute to Emacs, you just found how to contribute to Emacs, right? So sometimes just reading through the source code helps a lot. They have hinted on what could be the possible solution. But if you can if you can write something like that and make sure that it's kind of readable, maybe it will be accepted. Yeah. So if you are ever wondering that how to if you're ever wondering how to contribute to Emacs, I think this is a way to go. You can just go through the comments. Sometimes you have something out of curiosity, right? You're looking at it and then you read through the comment, right? Let me just read it out again for you all. So it must be pointed out that the really studly thing to do would be to not to move the gap at all, but to leave it in place and work around it if necessary. This would be extremely efficient, especially considering that people are likely to do transpositions near where they are working interactively, which is exactly where the gap would be found. However, such code would be much harder to write and read. So if you're reading this comment and are feeling squirrely, by all means have a go. I just did not feel like doing it, so I'll simply move the gap the minimum distance to get it out of the way and then deal with an unbroken array, right? So I mean, feel free to give it a go, right? See what you can do with it and try to understand the code base as well. For those people who are just watching this, arrayfunctions.c is the file that I'm looking at. This line number was 4527. You can take a look at it, and we are going through gap buffer arrays, and that's where it came from. Yeah, that's just a starting maybe. Feel free to take a look. All right, so what do we have? Start one byte, char to bytes. Okay, this is all fine. If start one is less than gap and gap is less than n2, make sure the gap will not interfere. By moving it out of the text, we will operate on. So if gap is between start one and n2, right? What does it mean? I mean, I'm just going to look at this, right? For example, if gap minus start one is less than n2 minus gap, may move gap both start one byte, else move gap both n2 byte. I think this is where the move gap happens, right? And that's why it's just slower. Yeah. So make sure the gap will not interfere. By moving it out of the text, we will operate on. So if your gap is in between the text that you're operating on, you want to move the gap so that it does not interfere. I think that's what it means. But we need to understand. So start one, let's say start one and n1 are the pointers where you were before, and start two and n2 are the pointers where you are now. Okay. So let's say for example, let me just kind of start saying this. I'm at 2000 line number. Okay. And character number, let's say start one over here is, I don't know, I don't know what is really a start one, but let's just say that it's 2002. 2000 line number in, let's say, character number 3, right, is start 1, and n1 is, let's say, 2000 character number in 10, right? Similarly, n1 is you are at 0th line number and your 0 character number, and no, this is start 2, sorry, and this is n2 is maybe 0th line number in 100 character, right? So over here at this point of time when you are at start 1 and n1, gap, maybe it's possible that gap initially was at around maybe 5 or 6, right? I don't know if I'm talking shit or it's what it is, but ideally if you were using Emacs we will be able to do this. So was it around 2005 to 6, right? And if start one is less than gap, which basically means that now the current gap is greater than start one, that is true, and the new gap is less than n2, which means what? If the gap is between the text that you're okay, what this means is that if you were 2003 2010, and over here maybe this is what they mean, that you were at 2000 here and you were at 2006, let's say, and 2000, yeah, maybe 100, right? So over here, let's say it was at 7, the gap was 7, so this will be true, and then you will gap minus start one is less than n, whatever. I don't want to go into this, but you will have to move the gap. This is so far what I'm understanding. Maybe I'm understanding it wrong. But yeah, I should go to live chat. Is it? If there's any chat that I'm missing, guys, please feel free to point out. We can come and say hi as well. There's no shame, and feel free to like the stream as well. Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to do that. How about checking to see if the gap is large enough to use as a temporary storage? That would avoid an allocation interesting later. Don't fool it. Don't fool with it now. Say if n1 equal to start to adjacent regions, modify text. So this is not what we're looking for, right? Because we are not concerned about adjacent regions. We are non-adjacent regions because n1 is not equal to start to play. Okay, this is, I think, so this is where they're saying length 1 byte equal to length 2 byte, regions of same size. So they are happy about it. But when regions are of not of same size, second region larger than the first, non-adjacent and unequal size, area between must also be shifted, right? So this is where you have to shift. Modify text, record change, temp1 interval, copy intervals, guys. Look at this, guys. I think this is where it's happening, right? This is where basically you're copying intervals, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah? Yeah, and then you also have second region smaller than the first, and you also do copy intervals, right? See? Are you guys here? Is anyone here? Did you guys like it, whatever we are doing? When doing multiple transpositions, it might be nice to optimize this. Perhaps the markers in any one buffer should be organized in some sorted data tree. Okay. Man, even looking at this is just a lot of data structures, right? Did you like it, whatever we did? I mean, I understand we did not understand how does it work, but at least we were able to find the point where this is happening. 90% maybe we are right? Copy intervals is where I believe that we are just doing the allocation again and moving intervals here and there. right? And at least to me, this is what I think is happening. Yep. Right. I think, and also we need to look at what's the definition of transposition for Emacs, right? I hope transposition just means that when you're trying to edit something, we'll have to take a look at it. But I think for now, I think it's a point where we could say that yeah, we did learn something new. I wonder what if you get blamed that time will show up. Okay, okay. Okay, all right. Maybe this thing. Okay, what? A day ago? I think let's go to the main documentation somewhere where they said this thing, right? Yeah, let's just look at this. Oh, it's a day ago. Update JSON codec doc strings. Okay, these are doc strings. So let's just skip doc strings. Copy intervals. Where was it? Where was it? Ta, 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 ta. By the way, guys, if you see, right, regions are same size, though. How nice. So there's only 2 copy intervals here, and there are 3 copy intervals here. I'm guessing we need to look at how it works. Why did someone? Okay, I think it's time to use git blame open commit URL. Okay, did it open? I don't think this got opened. I don't see any copy commit URL. Oh, H clipboard. I need to install. What can I install? Xclip I can install, right? Yes, give me 1 second. Brew install. I can just sudo apt install Xclip here, right? Yeah, and which file were we in? Okay, I think we can just search for what was it? Transposition. Okay, src edit functions.c. Yeah, there you go. See how quick was that? Okay, let's go here now. Let's look at this copy intervals. Not this actually. I want to go back and look at this here. Yeah, this one. Copy commit URL. Okay, looks like it got copied. Let's go and let me open this for you all. So update JSON codec strings, what they were doing here. Why did they change exactly the thing that I wanted? Why? When did it touch really the copy commit though? Okay, we need to, but that was only src json.c, right? Why is it showing me? Okay, I think it's just broken. I think git blame because of the depth one. Oh, it's because of depth one, maybe, yeah. Right? So it's possible that it was because of depth one. Can I just go to src in that case here? What was the file name, guys? Edit function.c, right? Edit function.c, right? And let's just look at maybe copy intervals. Yeah, somewhere down the line. Oh yeah, it makes sense, right? So over here, what we can do is we can just do view git blame. Kind of nervous. I don't know why. Oh, 31 years ago. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh my god. I mean, this is really crazy, right? Like, we literally just talked about that. Can we just do a git blame and will it show Richard Stallman? And there you go, right? 31 years ago, April 30, 1994, this transposition code was written. It's him. This guy is a legend, bro. This guy is a legend. I mean, just going through this code, right? Like, I mean, if we just scroll up, right? Like, actually, let me scroll up and look at that comment, right? Where he just mentioned that it must be pointed out that this was 31 years ago. And this is what he is saying. I just didn't feel like doing it. So I will simply move the gap, the minimum distance to get it out of the way and then deal with an unbroken array. Holy shit, right? dinner time. Oh, sure, sure, Variniam, sure. Exactly right. I mean, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Just huge respect for these guys, right? Even at that time, they used to write good comments, guys. Ah, this is like the peak moment when a developer feels proud that you're a developer, right? But also you feel like there's a lot to achieve, right? Like just look at this, right? And this guy just added a new line, and I mean, of course, no disrespect. Of course, he maybe added a few other things. Can I just look at his PR? Helper function for Wo, call dev server for. Oh god, man, this is crazy. I think I'm just gonna sleep with this right tonight. And oh god, huge respect. Yeah, huge respect for whatever he has achieved. I think I'm gonna watch his documentary today or something. I'm gonna spend a lot of time just you know stalking him all this time. Ah man, and the fact that he's alive just kind of makes me gives me a chance that one day I'll we'll do something that we can meet him one day. I think he's into politics now. He's suffering from cancer, is it? Oh, I didn't know. 1994. I still can't believe, yeah, I can't believe this. And the fact that no one has touched that code yet. I don't even want to look at controversies. I don't care. He has done so much. I mean, of course, that doesn't give him rights to. I don't know, but of course, people should not do wrong. But I mean, store him somewhere in a library or laboratory, right? Exactly, right? I mean, okay, fine, guys. I think thank you so much. You don't know me for giving me this idea to look at Git plain. The OG commits. Exactly, right? Like, just the whole point, right? Like, it just allow empty regions, right? This what happened in transpose regions. Crazy, yeah, crazy. Really, really proud of this guy. I mean, I don't even feel like calling him a guy. I feel like calling him sir, right? Like, just the kind of respect that you get for people, right? I think it's just that. Not even changed recently. No one has even tried touching that code in the last decade. Only 9 years ago, there were some people who were committing to it. Crazy. 33 years ago, initial revision must be Richard, Jim Blandy. Who is Jim Blandy? Uh, I spent my entire career contributing to free software movement. By this point, it's clear that open source practices are the best way to develop programmers tools. What I like the most about free software movement is that people can freely choose whether to participate. It's a voluntary revolution. Programming Rust. Oh, he has written a book as well. Oh, he works for Mozilla now. Wow. He worked on GDB. He was I released version 19 of Emacs. I have an unfortunate addiction to political blogs and love good argument. I think generally people are like that, right? Like developers get opinionated at some point of time when they get too much into this, right? Wow, crazy guys! It's very crazy. Cool. I think we can just stop the stream right now. It's 1.5 hours of stream, guys. I'm tired now. But thank you so much. You don't know me, Varenium, for being here. Mohit Wankhede, Mr. Mohit Wankhede. Who else was there? Devashish, thank you so much for being here initially. And Nabin, thank you so much for being here. If anyone else is here, you can say hi, guys. Thank you for being around. Thank you for the new subscribers, whoever is subscribed, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Um, Good night, guys. Good night. Take care. Have a great day ahead. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy. Bye bye, guys.